Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. Your likes, your subscribes, your shares. If you wish, I post every day. You can go ahead and hit the notification bell. I'm trying to get everything out at like noon now. And I'm doing different things depending on where Spirit's guiding me as far as what everybody needs. So we're going to do a bit of everything. Today we're just going to do a quickie, hopefully quick, general Aries to Pisces. I will timestamp down in the description box. And we're just going to pull in some Moonology card, and there may be some identifiers or timing on there as well for you, okay? So I'll go ahead and get started on that. All right, Aries. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Moonology from Aries today? For whichever placements they're following. This is pretty open to whatever you want to follow. So. All right. Please and thank you. All right. So you have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So there could be a moon in Taurus placement that's significant to you, either your energy or external. Could be just a Taurus placement in general, having something to do with emotions or anything the moon represents. This could also be a timing of the previous new moon in Taurus or the one coming up as well, okay? So you got some prosperity lying ahead. And the colors on this card may be significant to you as well. Not just the bowl, but you've got green fading into a blackness, okay? With some purple aura around it. It does show up so much better on screen though. Alrighty, there you go, Aries. Alright, Taurus. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Taurus at this time? Please and thank you. Alright. You have the gibbous moon. Alright, so gibbous moon may have some significance for you. You're very close to achieving your goal. So you have this beautiful moon with a green background, starlight sky, and a whole bunch of trees, almost like you're looking directly up it, and it's directly on top of you, right? So I'm going to go ahead and read from the book on that, what a gibbous moon may mean. I know not many people know that, so give me a second here. All right, it's on page 30. That might have significance to you. That breaks down to 3. The word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're asking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with a neat yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required for you to get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there's also a sense that the situation is a bit tense, so don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you, it's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to the situation, so be careful if you choose to light it. The gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the accumulation of the waxing cycle and, as such, tends to be a rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests a very ripe time and a very ripe situation. All right, there you go, Taurus. All right, Gemini. Spirit guidance do you have for Gemini at this time, whenever they see this, for whichever placements they're following. Significant at this time. Thank you, please, and thank you. All right, we got 2. So we'll just stick that there. I'm pretty sure that's probably upside down. All right, their first card out is Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move. So you're just below some trees looking up the Cardinal Moon. I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit about the Cardinal Moon for you. Now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all of those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're thinking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. In astrology, there are three quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Remember, we have all 12 signs in our chart for different parts of our lives. It's just the way the astrological wheel works. So Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn may be significant. Go check your chart, see where it may apply. You may want to listen to those placements as well, okay? Since as mentioned. These are the signs that like to get things started and which are the natural leaders. No matter when you draw this card, it's a sign that something new is starting, and you quite possibly need to take the lead on it. Okay, your second card is, it was upside down. So things may seem upside down for a little bit, but not a big deal because that was super easy to turn it around, right? You have the waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. You do have a lot of purple on both of these cards too. So this may be more connected to your crown and third eye chakras, right? You've got these two slivers of moon just hanging out, being all beautifully crescent, right? And you do have these birds flying. So you got three of them. And birds represent messengers, right? They can be messengers of spirit. So we'll go ahead and read from the book a little on the waxing moon for you. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. It does seem like in order to be there, Spirit's urging you to take, that first step and be bold, right? This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goal. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from the new moon to the full moon, and during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time, and this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. Okay, so there you go, Gemini. I like Cancer. Spirit will try these through Moonology. Do you have the Cancer at this time? Please and thank you. All right, you got two. I'll put that one there. It was the last one. So you have new moon in Cancer. How perfect. All right. So this could be timing of the last new moon in Cancer or one coming up. Could also indicate just a moon placement in Cancer as well. Your energy, some energy in your external. You and your loved ones are safe. Now this card does appear to be more purple, but it's actually more blue than purple with that crab there fading into the background, okay? Let's take that there. Second card you have is expect powerful change. New moon eclipse, okay. Let's see where that is, and I'll read from the book. Hold on one sec. Now we do have an eclipse coming up. I don't remember if it's a new moon or a full moon, however, so you might want to look into, there may be something significant about this upcoming eclipse that might be important, okay? See, it's on page 94, so 94 might be significant to you. Maybe it's a year. That breaks down to a 13, which breaks down to a 4. All right. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're thinking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared. There could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new direction you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason you'll appreciate later on. A new portal is opening up. And all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. New moon eclipses are among the most exciting astrological events. They herald a complete change of pace. It's as though you're headed in one direction, probably being guided by your ego. And then here comes the divine, the goddess or spirit, to turn you instead to face the direction you actually need to go. Regardless of whether or not there's a new moon eclipse happening when you pull this card, it's a powerful affirmation of positive turnarounds. So there you go, Cancer. And you and your loved ones are safe. All right, Leo. Just leave that there for now. Spirit, what guidance do you have through the Moonology deck for Leo at this time, please and thank you. All right, I forget who got this, maybe Taurus, but you have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal, okay? So go ahead and read that for you. All right, the word gibbous means bulging. What a descriptive word, right? And pulling this card at any time of the month suggests that the situation you're thinking about is bulging with possibility and coming to a peak. But this isn't an ending card with any yes or no answer. Rather, you're being reminded that some adjustments may yet be required before you get what you want, though you're certainly on the right track, which is hopefully reassuring for you. However, there is also a sense that the situation is a bit tense. So don't push too hard. One false move and the whole thing could blow. That's not meant to scare you. It's just to let you know there's a fuse attached to the situation. So be careful if you choose to light it or push on it too hard. It might pop. Right? Think of, like, I don't know, a water balloon that's probably a little overfilled, right? Okay. The gibbous moon comes at the very end of the lunar cycle, just before the full moon. She looks like she's bulging because she's almost a full moon, so she's nearly fully rounded. It's the accumulation of the waxing cycle, and as such, tends to be a rather intense period of the month. No matter when you pull this card, it suggests a very ripe time and a very ripe situation. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of the additional meanings for the card, okay? Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move toward your dreams. Stay focused. It's also a good time to start a new project, something different, right? It's good distraction too. That way you're not focusing all your energy on one thing and possibly running the risk of popping that balloon, right? You got a new balloon to fill up. Think of it as a new balloon to fill up. You need to get back into good health habits. So this could also just be something about health, okay? In general, mind, body, soul. In general, maybe a new exercise regimen or new meditation, or maybe you're going to try out some new foods that are good for your chakras or something. Okay? There you go. All right, Virgo. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Virgo through Moonology at this time, please? And thank you. And if we need to access the book, we will. Most of the time, it's pretty straightforward. All right. Please and thank you, Spirit. What you got for Virgo? All right. The same thing as Leo and I believe Taurus? I believe? Okay. All right. You have gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. And I did talk more about it in those two placements. You might want to head on over. So I'll just give you a brief. This is basically just about something bulging and about to pop, right? So about having some sort of goal that's like kind of getting engorged, right? Like thinking of it as like maybe a water balloon that's slightly overfilled. That's what I immediately imagined this last one with Leo. Okay. So it also does suggest sort of kind of like switching gears a little bit to kind of let the pressure off of one situation and get distracted by a new situation. So starting like a new project might be good. Maybe, so to speak, filling up a different water balloon slowly until the other one has a chance to recede a little bit, okay? So that way you're not going to pop it. If you're putting too much energy into one thing, right, it might be time to switch places with another. So go ahead and check out Leo as well. There was a lot more to it as well, so that might have something to do. And it may also have something to do with your Leo, wherever Leo is in your chart as well, okay? Whatever house placement or planetary, okay? There you go, Virgo. All right, Libra. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Libra at this time, please? And thank you. Any placement, anywhere you need it. All right. You have the new moon in Pisces. So Pisces might be a significant placement for you or someone attached to your energy. Could be a moon placement, or focus on your moon placement with regards to this as well. Meditate and contemplate, all right? You got a lot of green there, so that might have a lot to do with your heart chakra. Okay, there you go, Libra. Have a good one. All right, Scorpio. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Scorpio at this time, please? And thank you. All right. You have your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. So let me go ahead and read that for you. All right. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. There could be some challenges coming your way, but they're just the universe's way of testing you. The first quarter moon calls for you to face any hurdles with confidence. What do you actually think is possible? If you believe you can do it, then you probably can. If you spend your life affirming that something is too big for you to surmount, it probably is. See how that works? Do you believe your dreams will come true, or have you secretly already given up? Showing some commitment now will help you move toward your desired outcome. What you believe to be true is true for you, so believe in yourself. Additional meanings for this card. The answer to your question is yes, but not yet, or you're halfway to your goal, or you still need to put in a little bit more effort. Sometimes we just need to realize how much we want something. You need to recommit to someone or something, okay? So there's a test coming down just to see if it's something you really, 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 really want, all right? In the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon comes between the new moon and the full moon. It's a time when the sun and moon are at a hard astrological angle to each other, and this can prompt a small crisis. So as far as timing is concerned, it could be somewhere between the last new moon and full moon, or the one coming up, right? Okay. No matter when you pull this card, you need to see any dramas as a stepping stone to where you want to be. It can also be a time when you need to stay strong through a storm, so there may be that coming through, okay? There you go, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Moonology for Sagittarius for whichever placements they're checking in on at this time? Please and thank you. All right. You have mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. You got all that wonderful water in the background, so any of your water placements may be important as well as the moon, because this is the Moonology. I'll go ahead and read from the book for you here. All right. Mutable is all about change, shape-shifting even, that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's great. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a little sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is yet set in stone. Other meanings, you are meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Staying adaptable is key to success for you right now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Have you become distracted? It's time to focus. Stay with it, whatever quote-unquote it means to you. In astrology, there are 3 so-called quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. And these signs may be important in your chart somewhere, so you might want to go listen to those as well and see if there's anything else that will provide insight for you. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, you, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, you know there's going to be more flexibility in a situation. So you may want to check and see what the upcoming moon phases are, or the last ones that came. So that might be some kind of indication of timing as well. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests there's the opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there's still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. There you go, Sagittarius. Have a good one. All right, Capricorn. Spiritual guidance do you have for Capricorn at this time? There's other placements they're checking in on. Please and thank you. All right, you got two. And one of these, I believe, is, I think Aries got, and the other one, Sagittarius got. Oh, nice. So I'll put that one first. And mutable moon is this. Nothing is yet set in stone. It means things are changeable. The situation can be workable at this moment. You notice all that water too. So there may be some water placements that this may be about for you. I would also go check out Sagittarius's read stuff from the book. So there's a lot of good guidance in there as well. Your second card is New Moon in Taurus. That could be a timing for you or identifier of the situation. So it could be a moon placement in Taurus, or you're just dealing with a Taurus, or you have wherever your Taurus is in your chart, okay? Or your moon as well. Prosperity lies ahead. I don't remember when the last new moon in Taurus is or the next one is, but it could be also a card of timing for you as well. And Aries did get that one. So I will go ahead and read a little bit about that for you because I didn't read that for Aries. Hold on a second. This card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. This card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, so Venus placement might be important. And this card holds the new moon energy, so now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. Now, the affirmation on the card, the attuned to the moon, is kind of a little hint, hint, nudge, nudge of something you can do to feel better, right? Get or give a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind, okay? Additional meanings, you will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Getting clear on what you value most will help you find peace. Take some time to pamper yourself. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. The teaching. We often feel that it's somehow wrong to focus on our finances, but the truth is that money can make life far more comfortable from a physical point of view. Taurus knows this, and the new moon in Taurus is the time to work your magic to create the money you want, so you can have the creature comforts you want. Remember, though, that someone else is still wishing for what you already have, and that shouldn't really matter anyway, right? I know I'm pretty abundant, but I don't put too much value in money because I know that money corrupts people. It makes people forget they're human beings, right? So I kind of put everything in perspective. I will use money because we do have to pay our bills, right? But we can still afford things that'll help us feel better and balance our mind, body, and soul, right? And anything we need for that. But you can also find thrifty and fun ways, free ways to do things as well. And you can also share the wealth, which I love doing. So perhaps, this card is kind of just telling you how to balance all of that together, right? So that you feel better and that you have a natural balance and that money will also come in, but don't get corrupted by it, right? Okay, there you go. All right, Aquarius. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Aquarius at this time? Please and thank you. Whichever placements, whenever they see this, thank you. right. You have the full moon in Libra. So that could be the last full moon in Libra or the one coming up. Could also signify a moon placement of Libra or just Libra somewhere significant in your chart or others. Okay. A win-win outcome is forecast. Okay. I'll go ahead and read a little bit from the book for you. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy, and the full moon brings things to peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the fore, so you may be dealing with someone. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving to a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. All right, so additional meanings. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision, okay? Time for you to focus on yourself for a while, perhaps. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. That's just a great continuation. And here's another great continuation. Now is a great time for a makeover. Get a little shape-shifting going on. All right, there you go, Aquarius. All right, Pisces. Spirit, what guidance do you have for Pisces at this time? Which are the placements they're checking in on? For whenever they happen across this, please and thank you. All right. Oh, I love this card. You have the blue moon with all that green foresty foliage in the background. And there's a lot more purple than blue on this card, but you also have white as well. Believe in the impossible. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read you the entire thing, because this could be a bunch of things. This could absolutely be any circumstance where you think it's implausible something will happen, but it's about restoring that belief that anything is possible. Whatever we want to manifest can come to being. It really just is a matter of time and divine timing, as well as the energy and intention put into things, right? So, I mean, really, it's just also about luck. And luck really is just karma of any kind and divine timing, right? As the saying goes, some things happen only once in a blue moon. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance, and that something one-off could very well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. And the reason for that is probably because there's a lot of moving parts in the background that may be not directly connected to your energy that have to happen first, right? And because there's so many moving parts, it might only be a rare opportunity for it to all line up, right? Okay. However, with this rare opportunity before you, it's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Remember, thoughts and words and intention create reality, right? Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. Additional meanings for this card: miss this chance and it might not come back anytime soon. What happened may only happen once. The person you're thinking about is a rare find. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. This situation is unlikely to repeat. Now, there's got some maybe 1% chance of it repeating kind of situation, right? Because there's so many moving parts with whatever this is in the background that it's unlikely. The probability is low. Possibility is still there. All right. There are usually 3 full moons between each equinox and solstice, and vice versa. Sometimes, though, we get 4 full moons in a single season. When that happens, the third of the season's 4 full moons is called a blue moon. At least that was the original definition of a blue moon. These days, it's popular to use the blue moon for the second full moon in any calendar month that has 2 full moons. So it's almost like a rare event to have a second full moon in a month, right? So we see it as a possibility, but it's rare. It do happen though, just not often. Like I said, a lot of moving parts, right? It all takes all lining that up, the timing aspect, the karma, the luck, all of that. All right, there you go, Pisces. Whatever this is, believe in it, okay? Have a good one. Bye.